course, we have the Will Race for Food, Dave and the Dragon, I Am Appropriate Racing, LNR Beefaroni Brilliant, Banana Snails, Porkers Punting, LNR WGF, TTHR Orange. Just look at those points. Just take that in for a moment and go, this is an exciting championship. Again, welcome to everyone on the stream. Tuesday night, final race, Misano, team versus team. Let's go. I mean, qualifying session is underway, so the boys are on track at the moment. Looking at Alan Patterson, who is the leading Pro-Am Pro Car driver for PWSR, going to battle this evening, hoping to take the championship by storm, and it's just going to be one of those phenomenal races. Boys to look out for, of course, here we've got S. Stradom, car 394, who has been dominant the whole season thus far. Had one small fumble in Silverstone, but ever since he's arrived on the scene, he's just been taking it by storm. And as we've spoken about it, Alan Patterson immediately off the pace there, putting in a 1:35.55 for qualifying session. I reckon these boys are going to go a bit faster than that. It is not that hard, so 18 degrees C, fast track. It's not a quick track at this stage, but it is faster, so it's going to hopefully evolve into a perfect perfect lap for them to at least get into the, what I've seen before, low 33s, which is probably very possible. Nell Bullion there in the Porsche from Beefaroni Brilliance, bringing it into the mix, getting into the low 35. So again, tires are warming up. These guys only have about 6 minutes left, well, technically 5, and the track is busy. That I can assure you. There are about 30 boys on the grid, all running everywhere else. Corne Strauss here. Oh, haven't seen this man racing in a while. I gotta admit, if I've looked at that Porsche since race 1, I would probably say that is a beautiful livery. Again, I've been all over the show this season just talking about the liveries that these boys have brought, and in all fairness, that looks gorgeous. And I'm not 100% sure whether that is self-made or is it an in-game one. Again, anyone on stream that can tell me that, please feel free and let me know. B. Duprier, team Inappropriate Racing. Now, he has been phenomenal this whole season, qualifying in and amongst the pro boys every single time, but has struggled to actually close off a race. Now again, he and teammate of Robson Clough is there. There we go, teammate of PWSR boy Clough. He needs to bring his A game this evening. I've been in the mix a couple of times. Still got a bit of work on his end, but he has had a very steady, constant race this whole series. Now I'm looking for another individual that generally makes it so much harder for Dupree, and I just cannot see him. Where is my favorite man? Not a lot of gents on track this evening, so it's the battle that needs to finish it off, as Stradom brings in the benchmark of a 134, pretty much flat, qualifying in a Honda. I'm starting to believe that this Honda is practically OP everywhere, because how is this man pulling it off in a car that is probably 3 years behind the current schedule of time? It's just unbelievable. Phenomenally quick. Paul Fainter back in the Bentley. Now, of course, from recollection, I believe that this is a track where the Bentley loves. I have no idea how the Bentley loves this track so much, but it seems to be doing very, very well in Paul Fainter's hands. Corne Strauss in third position, fastest AM guy at the moment, 34.5, and that is very quick. Back at the back, a couple of boys that still needs to do a few things. Team Luxury Time Racing, they are in the mix trying to fight for the championship. So nothing is over until it's over is what I'm going with. Mr. Funsell in his BMW 118. Got plenty to prove this evening. The last thing he would want to have is a pack of AM guys ahead of him. So he's got some work to do with him. I reckon he'll get it right fairly soon. The car's not doing great this evening. He's a bit in the mix there. Went way off the track. And now he's got to cool down, and that's going to really annoy his next lap because everyone behind him is very, very quick. As he head off Ferrara in the Porsche, teammate of Porcus Panther Racing, and Porcus Panther Racing's team representative is, of course, Ryan Barrington Smith in car 74, currently running in 8th spot. It's sort of why I love team racing. There's something about track cars with the same livery on track, even though you are one team or a bigger team, or however the case may be, whether you represent a larger body of teams within the sim racing community. Individual teams is just where it looks beautiful, because everyone just brings a different livery to the A game. As Ryan Barrington Smith has one more go trying to capitalize the best he can from a qualifying standpoint. He's got a bit of work to do from his end. You just go look at the deltas at the moment. No one that really stands out except for Odaker here in the Audi, who's up by about half a second. That's going to put him up into the 135s, potentially in top 20, so he needs to pull it off if he doesn't lose time in the final corner. Oops, the corner a bit too short, but made up a lot of time. That looks phenomenally good. That top 20 for him. Yeah, top 16. What a great lap. So he definitely did well. Anyone else that I can see that's up on their delta? Brooker up on his delta by 3/10. Where does it put him? In 7th. Now Brooker was a podium finisher the previous race at Kailami, so he's been on a roll since he's joined the LNR Competizione sim racing. Plenty of good things to see from him. Strauss, on the other hand, is out on track, but he's not going to do that much. I'm guessing he's just warming up tires. Currently in 4th. No one really challenging him at this stage. Ryan Barrington Smith up by half a second. That's going to put him in the 34s. Question is, where is it going to place him? Oh, 6th position, just behind Nell Bullion and Alan Patterson in 7th. So big battles going on there again. Of course, Scruton in the new TTH livery. Got a bit of sponsorship there, I see. Again, these boys have given me a new livery, and I think it's the right boys. 447. Hint of sponsorship on their lovely livery there. I hope these boys do very well. Anthony Wilson slightly up on his time. I think in all fairness, he's only got these final few corners to get it right. Misano, one of those tracks that wants you to use the widest side of the whole track. Let's just go with it. Wants you to use the whole track, the width of the track. But if you go too wide, it will kill you. Wilson in 12th place. Again, let's just see where we are time-wise. This doesn't do me any justice. So, qualifying standpoint, now I'm going to have to do it just manually. This is where we are. Strydom, Paul Venter, Dupree, Strauss, 2 AM boys in the top 5 mix there. Again, Dupree, familiar name in the top of the mix. He always manages to put himself in there. Borne Strauss, however, fancy seeing him back in the mix again. Then, of course, we've got Nell Bullion, Berrington, Patterson from PWSR, Brooker, Van der Merwe, Duplessis, Drake, Robson, Jensen van Vieren and Scruton. No fairness, beautiful times. Let's see if I can get... doesn't want me to do anything today. Oh, challenges. Challenges is what I'm going for. So, Keegan on Steam. Hey, Keegan. Keegan, you are here shouting for PWC. Oh, well, I'm not surprised. It's not because you're shouting for them. I mean, I'm expecting a lot of boys chanting. So let's just go back to the point standing position before we kick off the race. This is close. 3 points between PWSR and LNR Sleeper. Then, of course, there's a bit of a gap between second and third place. But then again, third and fourth are trying to fight it out for a third and final position. But they are followed by Will Race for Food in the LNR. So I think today or for the final race is going to count. This is where it matters. Keep your nose clean, stay out of trouble, do the best you can, have a good pit strategy, get in, get out, and gain as much points as you can. And that's what I would say is what needs to occur. Oh, let me just click drive. There we go. Okay, now I've got control again. Night race for these boys, 10 o'clock at night, qualifying at 9 a.m. So sort of a different time scale for everyone. Track temperatures is very similar to what it was during qualifying, only about a 5-degree difference in track conditions. However, night races is so much more difficult. I am one of those individuals that literally take my hat off for the aliens that will put the exact same lap time conditions, even if not better, in a night race as opposed to a dry, sunny track. I don't know how you guys do it. If anyone is out there willing to lend me your skills, then I'll be happy to take them on board and hopefully be in a position to win a championship. But nonetheless, enough about me. Who else is on the chat? It's Redders. Hey boy, how are you doing? Welcome. I hope you're excited for tomorrow's console racing again. Console racing kicking off again Wednesday night. A new season, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in the mix. Again, for anyone else there that wants to know about more racing, we give you a brief snapshot of what we do at LNR. Again, this is our final race on PC, LNR team versus team, round 6, final for the season. We're going to have about a 2 to 3 week break, and then we're going to kick it off with a new event season. So do stay tuned, do not run away from that. Of course, tomorrow night is our Wednesday night ACC Championship on console. This time around we're going to do 2 different console platforms, so the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 platform being held. Kind of doing a bit of a segregation between the two, just to see if we can get more numbers in, get more people involved and so forth. It's all about sim racing. And then of course, thanks to the boys at GT7, also at console, we're kicking off a new season, so anyone that's involved in any GT7 races, registration on our website, feel free to join us. And then of course all this would not have been possible with the help of all the administration team and everyone on board. Then of course all the hosting facilities like simracing.gp, and then of course SimGrid. Again, do you like all those platforms? We'll all hear about sim racing. Now, enough about us. All the boys lining up, waiting for the green light. I am expecting a bit of chaos. I'm hoping that's not the case as we all kick it off. Sean Stradom off the benchmark as always. Everything looks sharp and clean all across. I don't realistically see any incidents from anyone else. Of course, Stradom has got a phenomenal drive again from the start of the race, and how he manages to do that every single time is just undoubtedly very, very good. Couple of boys losing a few positions and spots here. I don't see anything that really comes to light. Top 8 boys at this stage looks fairly close. Just look at the back there. Big pack of boys coming down the straight line as they go into the hairpin. Patterson, of course, challenging there with Neil Bullion for position. Neil Bullion going very defensive into the corner. Now the tires are warming up. Ooh, Aston Martin putting its nose in where it shouldn't, but wants to challenge for position. That looks like Robin van der Merwe in car 6. Now Patterson was a bit off the mark coming out that final hairpin. Now he needs to make up for position. Already lost 2. But this is a long gain run. Ooh, that is the Aston going completely off track then. I don't think any contact was made there. He just lost it as he tried to brake. Drive-through penalty for Gerard Janssen van Vieren. That means he probably jumped the start. So plenty of things happening at this stage. Just see who has lost many positions. Not a lot. Robin van der Merwe is the biggest loser at this stage, but that's not... Oh, I hate it when I say that. I need to use different words. Corne Strauss up by 2 positions. Ram Barrington Smith up by 2. So Strauss and Barrington capitalizing the start of the race. Dupree and Bullion losing a bit of positions, but looking quite good and comfortable. And of course, they've got a pack of boys here. We've got Brugger in 8. Hasn't lost anything from where he started. But he is being chased down by Duplessis in the Audi. And then of course Robson and Scruton. So lots of action everywhere. Hardacre, he's got a pack of dogs behind him. That is Dave Young in car 129. Dave being, oh, that's a good line. Takes the inside. He's probably going to get a better run through the long straight. Is the Mercedes going to take an opportunistic dive at the final corner? It's all about who's got the long legs in this long straight. I love the straight. You've got to pick your brake marker at the right point in order not to lose so much momentum. As the Audi loses all the momentum, goes far off track, tries to regain it, but he's lost 2 places. This is where it counts. That is exactly what is very, very important there. Now we've got behind their cars, there's also a bunch of individuals there. Behind them, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. There's like 10 individuals behind their cars fighting it out. He's trying to create a gap. Hunter attempting to make a move there on Ferrara. Of course, Ferrara always in the mix. Ooh, as the BMW just gets it wrong, slightly too much curb for him. Loses 1 more position. Now he's got to back it up again. So Hunter has got a bit of work. He has got Clough behind him. Clough is in the mix between himself and Lee Bullion. Robin van der Merwe making his way through the pack again. Robin, on the other hand, has got a lot of work. He was in the top 5. He's all the way in 22nd position. So I think it's going to be a long night for him. Not where he would have wanted to be at all. Going back to the front. See a bit of Corne Strauss versus Barrington Smith. This is 2 Porsche versus Porsche. And we all know, ooh, Priya went off the track. I heard that instantly. Priya again qualifies good and makes a small mistake. Sounds like it's a normal thing, but it seems to what has happened on most of these races. Whether it is a bit of focus, whether he just loses the braking point. Again, the day to night transition has got all that in the mix as well, so it might be a bit harder for him to get used to the whole setup so quickly. There's definitely a good battle going on here between the 2 Porsche boys. Now, Ryan Barrington-Smith has been known as a patient man. He won't necessarily make big moves when he doesn't feel that it is right to do so. I think he's going to suss out his opponent ahead of him. And again, this is an AM class guy, so realistically don't need to battle. But of course, you don't have to just give way for him. So this can potentially still continue going forth. The AM class here currently second and third on podiums, just because Dupree fell off the radar a bit. Now this is a big battle. This is Duplessis, we've got Robson, Scruton and Dave Young. Gotta admit, something tells me that this is probably one of the best races that Duplessis has done thus far. No offense, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I have not seen an Audi so close or even in the top 10s at the start of any of our races. So he is having a great race. He's under a lot of pressure though, but he seems to be handling it quite well. Made a minor slip up, or was it his teammate? I reckon it was his teammate, sorry. His teammate made a bit of a slip up in the final few corners in sector 3. But Duplessis certainly in the mix there. There's his teammate, Hardacre. AM Boy is out racing the Pro guy at the moment. But it's all about team points. Looking for all the Mercedes points. We don't see a lot of them. Go look at the incident logs if there's anything that severe. No, a couple of small minor errors between everyone just on an incident standpoint, so nothing too drastic or too severe. It's going back to the front again. These boys are very, very close to each other. Get the rear end of that Porsche. He has got a Porsche chasing him down. Great exit there. Being very patient with the throttle all the way through. Cornet looks like he's got everything under control at this moment. Feels absolutely no pressure, but having said that, slight tag there by Barrington-Smith. Now whether that's Barrington just trying to have a bit more momentum for that exit of the corner, and of course Strauss being a bit cautious, probably outbraked himself, just caught Berries off guard. It's gonna make the battle quite interesting going forth, because I can see that Nell Bullion in Bifaroni Billions is slowly catching up on them. Not by much, but the gap is getting down inch by inch. Patterson sitting very comfortable in his 6th place. He's being chased down by a Brooker at this moment, so again, very hard for the BMWs this evening. I don't think it's a track for the BMWs, to be fair. Anyone on stream can feel otherwise. Michael Stefanak. Hi, Michael. How is everything? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for saying hi. Hope to catch you boys tomorrow. I think it's going to be an epic race for a final race on PC side. But I went off track again, so let's just go back 5 steps, or probably 10. I think this is a very mid-rear engine race. Porsches is very dominating at this moment. They seem to be on top of form here, whereas everyone else is really struggling. Hardacre and a bit of track, seem to recover it. Van Zyl, BMW again in the mix there. He has got 3 AM boys ahead of him. So it's a lot of work for Van Zyl to try and catch up onto Brooker, who he is fighting for. Dave Young, on the other hand, he's trying to catch up to the 3 AM boys ahead of him, but he is sandwiched in between a couple of pro cars class guys. And of course, Neil Greening, Hardekker going off track again. Off-track excursions there, and then we have more AM battles here at the back. This is Turkal. I'm just gonna call him Turk because I think I'm ruining his name. He and Anthony Wilson is fighting it out. They've got Laredo ahead of him, so Lambo versus McLaren, both boys going very, very wide there. Wilson nearly colliding with the wall there. That's going to lose a lot of time for him. Ferrara doing quite good. Clough out in the mix. Parked his car. Can he get back onto the track? That is just before the final corner. What has happened to Clough? Something has gone horribly wrong. Now, let me see if I can go and cut that. The last couple of seconds or so, he has definitely got a damaged BMW there. He's going to need to quit and get it fixed up. So side by side racing there. Oh, 2 cars come together, so that is very, very unfortunate. I think either of them were not aware of each other, but both of them into the wall. That is damage to both cars. Tough one to call, to be fair. I feel sorry for the steering team that needs to have a look at that. But Clough certainly needs a bit of damaged fix. He and the fellow teammate guy we raced against there into the corner, BMW, was that Hunter? Can't recall if that was Hunter. I definitely was 2 BMW boys, and I'm literally just looking at Hunter because he is one of the last BMWs at the back of the pack. So Clough not having the best races, this is not what he would have wanted. But the race still continues. A very, very unfortunate incident in my honest opinion. 2 cars side by side going into the final corner. I really believe that neither of them, they were aware of each other probably, but whether they gave each other enough space, that's the big question. Or one of them thought that they were clear and tried to get back onto the racing line, which wouldn't have been a wise decision. Again, that's a very sharp left-hand turn. To go 2 cars wide there is dangerous. Very dangerous. Sean Skitter. Hi Skitter, how are you? Welcome to the mix. You're not racing tonight. I missed you. What's happening? So, Red is going, can't wait to be racing back. Yes, PlayStation 5. Hey, good to see you there tomorrow. We'll be super excited. I bet you boys can't wait to give each other a go again. Again, talking about the PlayStation boys, if Michael Stefanak is still there, he is the man to beat at the stage. Death-defying alien. I do wonder if Stefanak is going to go back out with his Ferrari again, because it just seems like Stefanak and his Ferrari were like 2 birds and 1 bee. No one could challenge him at all. But that's for the PlayStation boys tomorrow. Hope it's going to be a good race. Tonight, final race, team versus team on PC. Plenty of battles on track at this stage. Let's see, back in the mix here. Look at this tail end of boys. Scruton. Just look at everyone there behind him, looking at means and ways to pass. A Misano is not the easiest track to do so. It's just gonna be so difficult. You gotta plan it, you gotta run it. Dave flashing lights there. Dave reckons he's got the pace, but he wants Van Zyl to get out of the way so that he can go and challenge Scruton. Van Zyl, on the other hand, I believe is trying to chase down Greening there. No, is he? No. Again, Van Zyl's got still a lot of work before he gets to Brugge. So Van Zyl is a bit, is what I would call the odd one out here. Good lap there by him. Managed to create a better gap between himself. Dave Young, on the other hand, he is frustrated. He reckons he can do something about this, but he can't get past the BMW. I think Dave is driving alone this evening because I can't find teammate on screen, so I think Dave is all alone this evening. Teammate not available. Again, Dave very close to the back of that BMW. And of course we have another battle brewing. Alan Patterson versus a Porsche. Again, Porsche seems to be the dominating car. Alan, on the other hand, the fastest man in a Beamer. Now, I can assure you he's not going to make it any easier for Brugge. So, Patterson driving for PWSR, the team that's currently leading the championship. Has it all to win or lose. I doubt that they will be in a position to drop further than second place of the overall championship. But by the looks of it, he is doing what needs to be done. He's not going to make it easy for the Porsche. And he's been involved in so many battles, like race after race after race. Somehow Patterson has been in the mix with a few contenders this season. Brian Barrington Smith comes to mind. Nell Bullion comes to mind. I think Caleb Pace, who also used to drive here, comes to mind. Round 1 at Hungaroring. Two Beamer boys who were battling it out. Now, he is not driving here. And I don't think he has for a while. But again, Patterson has had lots of battles. Calm demeanor on track, making sure that he puts the car in the right place, right position, and then just focuses on consistency, has made it very challenging for anyone to make moves as the Porsche gets way closer in the final sectors. Let's see if we can get a bit of a rear wing view there. BMW will have straight line speed. But the Porsche will have corner speed, so this is a battle that's not going to be faintly quick. And then of course we've got these two Porsche boys that have been going at it since the start of the race. Berries just can't find a way. Patterson got a bit of a gap there. And then of course Scruton, I think, has lost the position. No, he's still not. He's still ahead of Greening. Then has got Duplessis in, so Duplessis has made up good space again. Dave Young is still there. Is this Ashley Wilson? Ashley Wilson battling it out with a Lambo. Robin van der Merwe coming back slowly but surely. He did lose a lot at the beginning of the race. Went very, very wide in the final corners. Spun the car around. And now making his way back. And of course we have Ferrara in focus punting. He's got a good battle going on between himself and Gerard Janssen van Vieren in the McLaren. Again, part of Lambrol Racing. I think this is one of Gerard Janssen van Vieren's favorite tracks. I mean, from recollection. And in all honesty, man is very, very quick on this track, so I don't know what's the flavor today, but it just doesn't look like he's feeling it. There we go, Dave Young still trying to get past Van Zyl. That battle will still continue. Let's just go back to Patterson and Brook. To make sure everything's still there where it is. Yes, it is. As they come down the straight, following the fast right-hander. This is where it counts. You've got to get your brake mark right. I think it's probably way harder for that Porsche than what it is for the BMW in that final corner. If you get it wrong in the Porsche, it will slip out on you and make you spin, but it seems to be that these boys this evening in the Porsches has got a setup of note that is, well, that kind of just screams stability, because they are doing very well. And if this carries on, they'll probably just finish quite high. Sean Strydom fastest lap of the race thus far. Again, as everyone has watched throughout the championship, he's done it time and time again. Racing best of a 1:33.947. That's quite quick, I might add. Back to more racing. We have Hunter here, Team Luxury Time, Lee Bullion. He's trying to fend off Gary van der Haar there in the Bentley. Now he is a teammate of Paul Venter, who's currently in second place. Oops. Sorry, wrong button. Loving that Bentley logo. Dave Young getting a 5-second penalty there. I wonder what that was all about. I've missed it. Brooker has made it past Alan Patterson. I have completely missed that. How did that happen? Again, take your eye off the marker for a few seconds and something exciting happens. So, Dave gets a 5-second penalty because car 10, 129 spun out 118. Probably not very intentional. All the other ones, but a warning here and there, so stewarding team all over the show. I really don't know where Alan got past, but Brooker is on the move, but he has got a hungry Patterson now behind him, and I think I'm going to stick to this, because this is going to get quite intense over the next couple of laps. Let's just look at where they sit at this stage. So, pace-wise, currently Patterson has got a slightly edge over Brooks based on best lap. However, their lap consistency at this moment are fairly identical to one another. Oh, as the Porsche makes a big oopsie, That opens the door for Alan Patterson, takes the position back, and now Brooker has got to work so much harder to get it back again. So there's lots of position swapping around here. Boys on stream screaming for PWSR must go, yay! Almost like a Springbok scoring a try against the Wales. That's how exciting this is. These boys are going to swap numbers the whole night long. That's for sure. This race ain't over until it's over. So I was kind of looking at all the statistics. So Sector 1 and 2, it seems like where it favors the BMW just slightly. Like I'm going by marginal at this moment. Whereas Sector 3, that Porsche just climbs back all that it has lost into the first two sectors. So they are identically matched on the track. Pit window is open. Boys have jumped into the pits. Now Bullion has gone out. He is coming out. Robson in the pits. So a lot of first time quick jumpers in there. Robin van der Merwe, Dupree, Duplessis, of course Wilson. Everyone in the pit. So pit box is open. Is Paul gonna go into it? No, he's still gonna do another lap, so taking a long length. And in all fairness, I haven't spoken about Paul for quite a while since the start of the race. He's doing a good race this evening. Like, he is settled into a groove and untouchable. This is one of those races that Paul Venter is probably gonna do very, very well. And again, I do need to touch a bit of wood here because, hold on, let me just knock on something here. We're gonna take a slight walk and just go. Yeah, just make sure, wood knock. That no wall jumps ahead of Paul as it always does. I don't know how it happens, but after every race he keeps telling us that the race wall barriers keeps on jumping in front of him. So not sure how that has occurred. Again, Strauss on the race. Barrington Smith has gone into the pit, so I reckon Barrington is going to work hard to try and do a bit of an undercut on Cornet. Whether that's going to happen, that is a big question. I'm going to go look at the pit stop time frames. Again, from a pit stop point of view, the time that Betty's has stopped is 32 seconds, which is quite long as opposed to the 30-second mark. Out the pit box with a 1 minute 15. Keep an eye on that. And every week I love looking at who has the fastest pit stop at this stage. Plenty of boys in the pit. And we will see how that counts. Cornet Strauss back into the pits now. This is where it's going to count. I'm going to keep an eye out on Barrington Smith. His outlap is where he needs to put it down. Now he is ahead by just slightly ahead of Nel Bullion. So Nel Bullion has caught up with him with a few seconds, and is that a pit stop strategic move? I honestly hope not. Again, Cornet Strauss still in the pits. From where it stands, has not moved. He has not moved. 33, 34, 34, 35. Ooh, Cornet Strauss is in the pits way longer than what I would have expected him to be. 36 seconds for a back and drop. He is going to lose probably 2 positions. This is going to be close. Alan Patterson is right behind him, of course. The master of pit stops has gained all the time that he has lost during the race and magically sat behind Cornet Strauss. The tables has turned. The 2 Porsches is gone. Both Barrington Smith and Nel Bullion has jumped Cornet Strauss. Cornet Strauss has now got a BMW boy behind him. Holy guacamole, tables have turned. Who would have thought that that would have happened? Like, that is unbelievable. Again, pit stops. This is where it counts, boys. You're going to lose so much time. Corne Strauss lost a whole 5 seconds there in that pit window. And I really do wonder what has occurred, because he was in the box for 36 seconds. That has costed him quite a lot. Can't see any other good times. I need someone that's basically on the benchmark. So far, Nel Bullion is the quicker one. He and Alan Patterson, identical pit stop window times. Again, people who practice their pit stops do capitalize. You can see that by the results. Nel Bullion had a bit of a gap between himself and Ryan Beddington-Smith prior to the pit stop box window, and now they are battling for position, whereas Corne Strauss was ahead of Ryan Beddington-Smith. He had a slower pit box window, lost time, and now he's got Alan Patterson on his rear end, which is not what he would have wanted at all. So again, for those individuals on stream, those boys doing sim racing, pit boxes is where you lose time and gain time. You can get so much but lose so much, and that's what needs to be practiced. We can all do quick laps. If you can't do a pit box, you just lose valuable seconds. Okay, back into the racing groove again. I'm gonna go back to that pit box thing soon. Top 4 boys: Paul Venter in the pits, Sean Stradom is in the pits. Top 4 boys still need to do it. T Ferreira not yet in the pits, so he is still out there. Any other back? Ooh, Lee Bullion getting it awfully wrong there in the final corners in sector 3. Managed to get back into the mix again. Dave Young in the pits, but he's got to stop and go. Well, he's got that penalty over there. A. Wilson, drive-through penalty. That somehow tells me that it's a bit of a track cut scenario there. He is certainly going to drop far back. So that's absolutely unfortunate for him. Everyone settles up quite everywhere. Sean Stradom. Where did Sean Stradom Paul Venter come out? That looks like a Porsche ahead of him. Car 75, that's T Ferreira. Okay, so it's not Ryan Beddington-Smith. I nearly got worried there for a moment, because they looked so identical. So the teammate of Beddington-Smith is ahead of Paul Venter. He has not pitted yet, but again, this is for position. It's not a scenario where he needs to give way. They are battling it out. And then he's got his teammate there, Gary van der Haar, right behind Paul Venter. Again, as those two boys go too wide. Ryan Beddington-Smith there in the background. Robin van der Merwe fighting it out with AM boys. He's got an Audi battle at this stage. Still making up a lot of time. Sean Stradom, T Ferreira. No, not really a battle. Again, I'm looking for where the closest battles are and working my way towards that. There we go, AM class boys. They will never let us down. They will always show us some good racing. Crouton, currently in 11th, having a phenomenal race today. I reckon a bit of a sponsorship decal there. Hashtag, oh, I can't see what that is. Oh, and I so want to see what that is. Hashtag something. That is an interesting decal that he's got on his car, which I cannot for the life of me see. But it's making a statement this evening. Clough in 26th position. Again, not the best race for this man. Van Zyl also all the way at the back. What has happened to Van Zyl? Something's gone horribly wrong. Van Zyl did a drive-through, it seems. So pit stop, drive-through, not a good race for Van Zyl. I can't see car 118. Yeah, he's gone in a bit of a collision here and there with a couple of guys. So not the best of races for Van Zyl. Skitty, I'm only seeing a message now. Sorry, man. Load setting. Oh, that's just so terrible. So many screens, so many windows. So many things to watch. Trying to find ways to get past this McLaren. Again, Dupria out qualifying most of the AM boys. Fell back at the beginning of the race, has managed to gain momentum and gain a few positions. Currently with Wilson in the pits, or Ferrara in the pits. That will put him almost up for a podium in the AM class. At this stage we have Strauss in third, who is ahead of Patterson, seemingly settled in very nicely. Did not feel any pressure from Patterson, and has subsequently made its way through a couple of traffic individuals. So guys being blue flagged at this moment. That is a McLaren ahead of Strauss. McLaren's going to give way at some other point. Don't know who that is. It's probably either Van Vieren. Oh, that is car number 5. Is it Van Vieren? No, it's not. It's Ashley Wilson giving way. Ashley Wilson battling around full position. Not realistically, he's got Hunter behind him in the BMW in 23rd position. That's not full position. Patterson's got to make his way through all this traffic as well. So everyone's got to get through a bit of traffic at this stage. Brooker, on the other hand, who was so close to Patterson prior to the pit stop, let's just go look at what happened to him. Why has he lost so much time? Oh, pit window. He concluded a 1 minute 17 on the pit box as opposed to a 1 minute 14 to Alan Patterson. Fastest pit box window time frame. That's including the stop and the tire change this evening. Seems to be a tie. So we've got a tie this evening between Nel Bullion and then of course Alan Patterson, which concluded a pit stop time frame at Misano in a 1 minute 14. Now of course that is entering the pits, getting in your box, getting your car jacked up, changing your tires, no fueling, and out the pit. I think that is quite decent. In all fairness, between these two boys coming into play, my weekly objective every week is to showcase quick pit stop times. These boys have done it. It's a tie. Again, close to them is 115s, 116s, and then of course we've got plenty of people above that. Pit stops is where you make and lose time, as we have evidently noted this evening. Robin van der Merwe fighting it out with Gerard Johnson van Vieren, yeah? This is Aston Martin versus McLaren mix. And in all fairness, it looks like Gerard Johnson van Vieren has found his groove. But it also seems like that Aston Martin has got a better groove than what the McLaren is. So I still find very strange. I mean, that Aston Martin is a lovely car. I gotta admit that I miss the Aston Martin. Felt so in love with it during my sim racing time frame, and every place I did race with it. Just the Aston Martin was a phenomenal car to drive. Maybe I should go back to it again and figure it out. Get a couple of races, sign up with an Aston Martin or a BMW. I have fallen. Ooh, that is a McLaren in the middle of the track that seems to be screwed on. Screwed on has messed it up. Manages to recover, but I think he's got a bit of a heated tires there, so or a few flat spots. Didn't lose that much though. So again, still in the mix, still battling around, still in 4th place for the AM class. But this battle is about the closest one as we have at this moment. Aston sounds so good. Is she gonna send it? Current sending it on the inside? No. Hasn't looked though. Pulls the car back. Goes for a wider line. Is he trying to set it up properly? Drive-through penalty for Ferrara. That means he messed up the pit stop. Has the pit window closed though? Because I can't see Ferrara pitted at all. Pit window is closed. I mean, 17 minutes of racing. Surely he should have pitted before. Cannot see Ferrara that pitted at all. Do see errors on my screen though. Ferrara went into the pits and went into the pits again. He is the only one at this moment not having a valid pit stop. That seemingly could be some technical difficulty. Well, a big battle here. Hunter making an inside move there on Lee Bullion. Lee Bullion trying to come back at him. Doesn't have the legs though. He waited a bit too long to get back into the throttle, but Hunter's made the move. Front back battling it out. Barrington Smith versus Bullion. This battle is getting closer. That could be because these boys are filtering through the traffic as they've got a Lambo ahead of them, which is Jansen from Van der Merwe. Johannes Van der Merwe, sorry. Dave Van der Merwe, they car 67 with the Lambo. Opening up the space for one. Ooh, both Porsches. He doesn't want to get involved in that race. That is good driving style, yeah? These two boys are still fighting it out, and I think this is going to be a good thing to watch. Again, it is 10th and 12th position, but you know what? It's still a battle. I mean, if you count it out, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, top 10 for these boys. Gerard Johnson van Vieren breaking it in on the inside. He got a way better exit on the final corner, taking the inside line. Robin van der Merwe making it easy for him. Didn't want to really challenge that though. And that was quite interesting though. Is he gonna come back at him in this corner? No. Reckon he's gonna wait for the man to make a mistake though. Great move though. I mean, Gerard van Vieren brilliant exit on the final corner, having the legs down the start finish line, putting the car on the inside line. Robin didn't want to go defensive, but now fighting it back at this moment, flashing furiously at Van Vieren, probably instigating that he is slowing him down through a couple of corners, and he's doing it deliberately. I think it's tactical, looks tactical, sounds tactical. It sounds like I'm talking about first-person shooter games here. How awful. This is sim racing. Ooh, Van Vieren going very wide there. Does get a good exit. It's just, like the final sector for that McLaren is just on point. Just look at the gap that he creates in the final sector. It's phenomenal. Being chased down. We're back. Bit of a wing, bit of a helicam. There we go. This is the gap between the two Porsches at the moment. One of the toughest corners at Misano. Gotta admit, this has been a phenomenal race this season, and I think I can take a few moments and just breathe. From my point of view, also going to take a couple of seconds to say thanks to everyone on the stream, all of you boys that has come out week by week just to say hi, watch the stream, listen to my awful voice nonetheless. But nonetheless, supporting us in general. A big thanks from my end to you. Really, really, really appreciate it. Again, this season from a PC point of view has been phenomenal on all aspects. Bringing the team versus team concept to PC was something we've never thought that it will ever happen. Again, Logistical Nightmare Racing, founded on the foundations of team racing driving. Everyone that knows us from a console point of view, that's been with us since 2018 when we kicked off our first race at the end of December till now, has always known that we've always persevered and had plenty of team racing etiquette style class. And I think this has been long overdue, and I hope this momentum continues as we go forth. Team racing is what our foundation is, and in all honesty, I'm going to take a step back and also say big thanks to all the drivers, of course all the teams, those that have participated since the beginning. Again, to bring everyone into concept, these are the boys that started with us this season. Everyone from Banana Snells to PWSR to Team Luxury Time Racing, bringing in 3 of their best teams, a couple of LNR teams in the mix, and then of course a lot of new faces for the season. Big thanks from me to you. It's been phenomenal, and I thoroughly enjoyed broadcasting the season. Final 10 minutes of the race, as we look onto the mix there, of course there was a big battle between Gerard Jansen van Vieren and Robin van der Merwe. Robin, on the other hand, was serving the drive-through penalty, couple of excursions and warnings that he did not need to do. It's going to open up the gap between himself and Van Vieren. That does make me wonder, where does it place Ferrero? Lorero is coming down almost. No, this looks like Robin will only lose 1 position, which is all fairness, quite good. Top 5 boys have been consistent, so Tom Stradom, car 394 with his Honda, start to finish, it looks like this is his race to lose. Dominant once again in a Honda. I do wonder whether we'll see him in other championships going forth, battling it out as hard as he did here. Paul Fuenter, on the other hand, looking very comfortable in his representing banana livery there. Still one of those colors I'm getting used to the more I see it. Never have I ever thought to mix black, yellow and orange into a mix, but he's done so. It was, I would probably say, an eyesore in the beginning, but I've learned to grow and love it. It's very, very beautiful. Of course, then we have Barrington Smith. He's been chased down by Nel Bullion. This gap has been moving up around the 1 second mark the whole time. Nel catches, but then he loses, then he catches, but then he loses. Gordon Strauss, a man that hasn't raced with us in a while, sitting very comfortable in 5th place. Fastest man in the AM class. He is being chased down by Alan Patterson. Now Alan Patterson quite comfortable there in 6th position. Got a hungry Lambo behind him, but again that is not 4th position. Of course, Patterson making the best he can out of the pit boxes. He's managed to get ahead of Brugger, who's in 7th. Robson, on the other hand, teammate of Stradom. Now these two boys are really putting it out there. Again, LNR sleepers bringing into the mix. I haven't even spoken about it, but to be fair, if I do the mathematical calculations on this purely based on where Stradom is and Robson is, Alan Patterson is 6th place, and then of course Clough did not have the best of races, so that's very unfortunate to him. But my calculation tells me that LNR sleepers will potentially take the championship victory from a point standing position. And again, this is how it works. The AM driver and the pro class driver points in tally are combined, and they make up for the team championship. So again, mathematically, everyone on screen can disagree with me, but if we look at it from a point standing point of view, that is only 3 points difference between the LNR sleepers and PWSR. So it sort of tells me that LNR sleepers might just take the overall first TVT championship, followed by PWSR. A battle dominated by PWSR from the word go, but it was a probable never say die attitude by the sleeper boys in the Hondas fighting it out. Who would have ever thought that Honda takes the championship? Like, have you ever thought about that? I think the last time they've ever done it was I don't know. I just don't know. Wow. That's put a big spin on the mix there. Again, not taking away what everyone has done over the championship. They've all raced phenomenally well. 5 minutes left of the race. Anything is possible. Absolutely anything. Dupree, on the other hand, trying to catch up to Robson. Made up a couple of positions since the start of the race. Inappropriate racing. He is doing the best he can for his team. His teammate is not here this evening. Hardacre in the pits again. Not 100% sure what has happened to that man. This is Dave Young, who on the other hand is once again battling with an Audi, and that is Duplessis, teammate of Hardacre. Like, Dave Young has been giving everyone beans, well, all the Audis beans the whole night long. That's pretty much where he's been fighting it through. So this is for position. Duplessis versus Young. Scruton far away from them. Again, when you look at the map, you can see everyone is fairly split up between one another. No real challenges anyway. Now I listed and mentioned everyone. Anthony Wilson, Ashley Wilson, I've spoken about this man. Just want to make my mix insane. Oh, Greening and Van Vieren. Getting very, very close in the final few minutes of the race though. Practically about the closest position challenge at this stage. Again, Greening got his handful. Not the first Aston Martin that Van Vieren is fighting with. Not so long ago he was battling it out with Van der Merwe. He's currently in 15th place due to a drive-through. Greening going very defensive. Van Vieren going wide. Does he have the momentum and speed? Looks like he wants to put a move on the inside. Takes the inside move. No, move's not done until it's done. Greening covering the apex there. Both of them will have about the same speed getting out the final corner. Straight line speed's not really going to help you. Because everyone brakes at the same point. It's just managing the car through that final corner. A bit of a slip there by Greening. I reckon he is feeling the pressure by the McLaren. McLaren is quicker in the final sectors. Van Vieren doing the same as what he did to the previous Aston Martin. Takes it on the outside line. He is sticking it through. Making a move on the first corner, taking the brilliant move again. That just seems to be the corner from Van Vieren. Aston Martin struggling in the final corner. McLaren just far more superior than any other car at that point. Second move done and dusted by Van Vieren in the final minutes of the race. Unbelievable. Question stands, is Greening going to battle it back? Van Vieren not really defensive. I think he's oozing with a bit of confidence. Reckon he's done a good moves. Didn't look that comfortable in the beginning of the races though. Like for some other weird reason, Van Vieren just looked off pace completely. And since the pit stop, he's just put his A game on, smashing it lap by lap, oozing with confidence. Greening going very wide there again to Bria and Robson. This is getting very, very close as well. Two Hondas, one gaining on the other one. This is for second place, or the second place on the podium for the AM boys. Bria needs to work quite hard. I reckon we are on almost the final moments of the laps. Yeah, this would be
okay. The leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
Final lap for the race leader. So Bria's got a better work to do. 2 laps at maximum for him in order to capitalize. Anything is possible. Any other gaps evolving here or there. Patterson quite comfortable making his way through sets of traffic. And that was a Mercedes-Benz there. Van der Merwe, it seems. Yes, that is Van der Merwe in car 22. Moving out of the way because you can see that Brooker wants to gain on Patterson. I think it's a little bit too late at this moment. might be possible to catch up to him, but I don't think it's gonna be probable to make a move stick. Final few corners for the race leader. All he needs to do is focus it through. Last hairpin, 2 more left-handers. And then finishing it off in style. Estrero in the mix, taking victory at Misano, flashing it all over the show. He's got TTHR right behind him, so that is Crouton finishing in 12th behind him. Great victory there by Sean Stradom. Phenomenal drive by him in general, takes it into there as we get Paul Venter, final corner. I've seen no walls, so my wood touching experience has worked. Experimental second place podium for Paul Venter. Barrington Smith in 3rd, 4th place Noel Bullion, and of course first in class in the AM is Corne Strauss, coming back with a storm, putting his name on the board. Alan Patterson in 6th, Brooker in 7th, Robson fending off Dupriya. That is a 2nd place podium for Robson, and as I've said, by calculation, the Team Sleeper is probably the winning championship team at the first LNR team versus team championship. Great race by everyone. Dupriya there, and then of course closing it off in 10th is Van Vieren. I reckon that was phenomenal. Where is the boys? There we go. Spinneroonies. Everyone on stream. Have to give it big up thanks to everyone out there loving the donuts. Thank you, Simracing boys. Thank you, community watching on the stream. Thank you to everyone out there. My honest and humble respect to all of you. Love every second and moment of it. This was a great championship and a great race. I will catch you all hopefully in the next season. We're gonna go for a break for the next couple of weeks, but don't be shy. If you want to get involved in any console or PC racing, come over to LNR. If we don't suit your platform, we'll happily help you find somewhere that fits you well. Again, mini endurance races also kicking off, 2.4 hours, all registration on simracing.gp. To everyone else out there, good night, God bless, thank you, goodbye.